All right.
25.
27.
31.
Nice.
Okay. You come in and you close the door behind you, and you hear outside. You hear in Marquesian. Where'd they go, boy? You hear.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to make it sound like a rock is tumbling down the hillside in that gap next to the house.
Okay. Do you need visual on that?
Go to this spell. Go to this spell.
And it's only a 10-foot
range.
distance.
Yes.
But if I'm near the wall on the outside,
Maybe. Okay.
I don't know.
If you kind of lean over, if you rush off to that opposite wall, you have dark vision?
Yes.
You do. So you don't go careening into all the toppled furniture.
No.
As you move through the room, the first thing that catches you is as you're stepping through, you can see overturned tables and chairs that are kind of lying on the ground. It looks like the place has either been rolled for cash, or a fight took place, or somebody just got really angry and fucked it up. Nothing's necessarily broken per se, just kind of tossed about. And the floor is also sticky in places. As you go rushing past, your foot almost like sticks it apart. You have to pull yourself free, and you rush off into what looks to be a small kitchen-esque alcove on the inside that would be on the side of the wall that meets one of the other buildings on the side. And there you can go ahead and cast it, and you hear the outside. And the dog kind of goes off for a bit. You all kind of stay frozen still.
And the window lets no light in, right?
Correct.
It's all covered up.
Yeah, for those of you who do not have dark vision, you have no light in here. It is pitch black, and you're just kind of like quietly holding your breath as you hear these sounds outside.
Here we go again.
After a short period, you hear Marquesian again. Well, we'll keep an eye. I just don't trust it. Come on. Hit!
Who else speaks Marquesian at this table? You do. Okay.
I'm going to crawl down Imogen's shoulder and start looking around the house.
Okay.
Laudna hears in her head, is it safe for me to turn on some light?
I think so. I couldn't understand what he said.
He was looking for us, but I'm more concerned about what's in here.
Oh, it appears to be quite the sight, so be careful. But yeah, we need light.
The light would be a good
Get
idea.
the as my dancing lights come into effect, but they flicker like electricity.
Kind of giving that flickering energy throughout the room. You all, by the way, that strange mildew smell that you caught outside of the house, now that you've let the adrenaline begin to run free, you begin to take in your other senses. And with that, the very strong, pungent smell of... It's almost like decaying vegetation meets old fungus. It is this weird organic smell that's musty and unnatural. As the lights begin to flicker around too, you can see there's an odd oily residue on everything. You can see an overturned table with long benches that are on the ground. You can see an open door to the back side that leads into another chamber. You can see in the kitchen area, a lot of where you are, there are shelves where some things have fallen off to the side, and it looks like part of a meal has kind of just been scattered on the ground. But everything has this kind of faint, kind of shimmering, oily residue on it that kind of shines as the energy balls kind of glide around the room to give light to it.
Can we see what color the residue is?
It looks like it's clear. It is translucent, but it has kind of a cloudiness to it.
So everything's covered in goop? Coconut oil, sparkling?
Kinda, yeah.
My
That's
house.
pretty fucking gross.
I'll go examine some of the goop.
Okay.
See if I can get a read on it.
Well, what are you trying to ask? I'm kind of a read on it.
Just what is it, I guess, if I would recognize the substance.
Make a nature check if you'd like.
Nature check. Ugh. That's terrible. Well, I said I was going to do it. And it's a 9.
You're unable to really ascertain the nature or source of this, but it definitely has kind of a slippery viscousness to it. The smell is strong. And you can see on the elements of the wall, there's like almost striations and some edges that it's condensed thicker and has almost like a dark gray material to it.
Like it was dripping down, or like it was splattered out?
Like it was dripping down. Like you know how minerals that drip down a stone cavern wall over time will build up? This is almost like elements of it have congealed to form like a bit of a segment of the wall that has a thicker substance to it.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
Looking up at the ceiling, you don't see anything in particular other than just this odd kind of humidity to the room that you begin to also take notice of.
And all the
There's just,
furniture is overturned. You said like the place has been rolled. What about?
in fact, let me go ahead and make this adjustment here.
Oh,
Since we're in a darker space properly. The moisture in the room occasionally kind of drops around you. And looking up at the ceiling, you can see the general kind of just cracks in the plaster and stone, but occasionally these little strands of some sort of like organic threads that have kind of drifting a few inches down from these cracks, almost like, once again, this humid material has just kind of gathered and slowly begun to build off of itself.
Going off of what Oram was saying, does it look like this place was rolled, or like
any sense of violence?
Or like he is building his creepy nest.
You both can make investigation checks if you'd like.
And someone should look around for
Yeah, that's. I
his
was
dead
gonna.
body, or
Well, I was gonna look around the perimeter of the room and look for holes on the walls.
Okay, in the
Like-
main entry room area?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a perception or investigation as well. What'd you get?
9.
9.
Just a 12.
12? Looking at where things have been placed here, it looks like there was some sort of a chaotic, forceful reason to everything here being scattered, but there aren't signs of like a battle or fight. There's no blood. There's no nothing has been smashed with, fists or scarred with weaponry. So you're not sure if you're not sure of anything beyond the fact that it wasn't a hyper violent, bloody struggle or anything. But that's as best as you can suss out.
Are we leaving footprints on the ground? Like, is there settled goop or dust? Are we leaving?
Yes and yes. There isn't a strong layer of dust necessarily, though there is a little bit of odd motes in the air. There are patches of this similar liquid, but it's supposed to be as viscous. It is sticky. Laudna caught one, and as you kind of step over, your foot takes a minute to kind of like rip up a bit from it.
Are there any pathways that we haven't walked where somebody else has been?
There is the open door that leads into a further back
another room,
chamber.
But I mean,
Yeah.
are there some footprints going in that direction?
Make a perception or investigation check, your choice. And you are rolling for
I rolled.
holes.
I rolled a perception check for holes along the wall,
Correct.
and I rolled 8. Shit. But once my foot got caught in one of the sticky things, I'm gonna send one of my lights down to where it stays in front of my feet, so I can try to avoid those kind
And
of.
that kind of helps you suss out where some of these patches are. And it isn't the entire ground, but just in certain areas, it looks like there are some leftover kind of congealed puddles that have marked the floor around
Maybe
you.
that can help out, Ashton, since you're looking at the ground. If there's a light source on that area or something. I don't know.
Okay, and you are
I used perception to find, and I rolled a 9.
9. In this room here, where you guys are, you don't see any sort of immediate signs of holes in the wall or anything like that.
I'll go to the next room,
Okay.
I guess, and
follow.
Imogen, can you send one of your balls in here?
Of course.
Okay.
I took off that direction too.
Okay,
I'll send.
so fresh
I'll
cut grass
have them follow
and
us.
Still a rat?
fern are
Cool. And once there's some light in here, I'll do the same thing, sort of just scan around the perimeter to see if there's any holes or false doors or
Okay.
anything.
You push past the already ajar door, and you can see immediately to the left there is a large cabinet that is tipped at an angle. It doesn't appear to be destroyed necessarily, but it looks like it was pushed over and kind of hit the wall, and the cabinet doors are open towards the floor, and the contents have spilled out into the ground beneath. And just glancing over, you can see that same kind of oily residue is collected over it. To the right, you can see there's a bed that's kind of angled odd in the corner. Tossed elements of clothing and other personal effects that are just kind of across the ground, and also this thin layer of oil. What do you want to do?
And just sort of scan for any imperfections in the wall or secret
Make a perception
entrances
check.
or. Ooh, 22.
22. On the center of the wall, the back, and this room is closest, like the deepest in towards the rock, like built into the spire. You can see the base wooden board itself is splintered and pushed away a little bit, and just kind of glancing off to one side. And you kind of move past, your wheel gets stuck in one of those little bits of patches of sticky substance. You glance to where the wood is splintered a bit, and you can see there's darkness behind it.
Oh, I'll go and just sort of see how big this hole is.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Pull it back a little bit, and you can see it's roughly the same size as the one that you saw in the Weary Way. It's about 1.5 feet wide to about 1 foot tall, and seems to travel into the rock for a few feet. Do you have dark vision?
I don't. I'm just relying on her. I'm relying on Laura's
Yeah,
balls.
I'll send it in front of him so he can see what.
Okay,
he's
so are
doing.
you kind of getting to the doorway of the room as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in order to shift it, you have to be able to
Yes.
have visual range. So you're kind of standing in the doorway there, avoiding the sticky
Yeah.
substance there, sending the sphere over to look inside, and from as far as the cast light in a 10-foot radius per orb, is it?
Let me see. 10-foot radius, yes.
So to where you can see the orb just sends 10 feet in, you can see the tunnel continues to where the light vanishes with a slight downward curvature before it goes into darkness.
I will cast Speak with Animals. Hey, do you want to go in there and go down in the hole and see what you can see?
Yeah. I just start taking off.
Okay, so you're going to head further down. You move out of the range of the light, but you have dark vision as a
I've
rat.
never done this before. I'm gonna try to talk into Fern's head.
Okay.
You can ask me rat language, and I'll translate back to you.
Oh right. I'll squeak to you, and but if I speak to Fern, will her thoughts come back as Fern?
Only one way to find out.
All right, I'm gonna try to speak to her as she's going down. Can you think to me?
You hear her clearly in your head, as your mind is your own, even though you're in a rat form.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I can hear you. All right, well, we can talk for 3 minutes if you see anything.
Okay, I'm just gonna go really, really slow.
Okay. Skittering past the edge of the light, 15, 20 feet, and you can see it's curving at a downward angle. And at about 25, 30 or so feet, the decline starts to get uncomfortable. You start noticing that gravity might begin taking over.
Okay, so, it's taking a bit of a drop. Now I can just, go for it.
Wasn't the
Or-
last drop like 1,200 feet or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe let's not.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around.
Okay.
Roll a perception check.
Minor detail while she rolls. Orem is at the door between the two rooms, and I'm watching the front door.
Okay.
15.
Oh,
15.
okay.
A faint sound catches your ear.
But it's good. It's good.
Oh, wait. I think I have keen something or other. Oh, it's keen smell, so I have advantage on perception checks.
That involve on
with
smell.
That's then right.
A keen smell
You got it.
catches your ear.
But isn't hearing smelling with your ears, Matt?
More or less.
That's how rats work.
Exactly, totally. Critical role, teaching you historical nature. Big science buffs here. We are actually. We're just bad at it. This faint sound begins to catch your rat ears in the darkened tunnel. This weird kind of liquid squeezing sound. And it's getting louder.
I don't like that.
I'm gonna turn around and make my way out.
Okay.
Make my way out.
You go ahead and
There's a weird squishy sound.
Weird squishy sound.
And I think
you begin to hear it too. And
it's coming up. So prepare yourselves, or try to slam the hole shut once I come out.
Okay. Something's coming.
what's your speed as a rat?
20 feet.
Okay.
Something's coming. False light.
I would double speed that, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll double speed it.
Mage armor.
Okay, you cast mage armor. You're looking towards the doorway between
I'm in
the two
the door.
with Imogen.
Yeah, I'm in the door frame to both rooms, looking at the front door in case
Okay,
anyone
then
came
Imogen
behind
would
us.
be within the door of that chamber,
Yeah, I would be in the room.
right,
the room,
with fresh cut grass right there at the edge. What are you three doing?
Cast false life, and I'm going to back far away but stay in visual range, if I can.
Of the door frame?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and find an empty corner of the room and just brace myself to charge.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put back to any of the windows to cover the second entrance.
Okay, got it.
Are we getting ready for a fight? Is that what's happening here?
Something sounds gross.
We're hearing wet farts come up that hole.
I will use it if we're prepping. I will cast sympathetic binding and bind myself to, let's say, Orem and Imogen.
You said there was like a plank. Is there anything over the wall that I could patch it with?
Rock hard.
From what you're seeing right now, it looks like the wood has been pulled away and there's the hole behind it. So you'd have to press it against it to do so. But you just casted false life on yourself.
I did.
Yeah.
So this is happening too fast, is what you're
Well,
saying.
as you cast false life on yourself, you all begin to hear in that back room that sound. It gets louder and louder. And just as you all get yourself ready, you watch the plank push past. And coming out from this hole, you see this pale dwarven face squeeze out. Just this odd, glistening liquid across his face, the eyes pulled back. As it squeezes out, you can see the shoulders like broken back as it cracks into the sides. We're gonna go to break.
Did I make it out?
Huh? You just made it out as it emerged.
That's probably for the best.
Little rat was riding and going like, whoa!
Just right in the face.
Yeah. That you had just enough movement to keep just above it.
Ew.
Ew, that's disgusting.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
Remember the X-Men movie?
that was partially the inspiration for this, actually.
yeah.
So we'll pick up on that here shortly. We'll see you in a little bit.
I love it.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. This holiday season, give the gift of effortless style. You need this?
You probably need this. Ooh, look at this. Look at the details. Ooh.
Darling, I recommend buying two. One for you and another for you. Let's be honest.
Oh, so comfy cozy.
You're only like 5 clicks away from owning this. Maybe more if you have a lot of windows open on your browser. I don't know your life. These holidays, you know, they're just around the corner. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
We now go live to a special address from the President.
Hey, dweebs! Now as your president, I've been kind of killing it lately. I gave global warming an atomic wedgie, I balanced the budget by selling my paw collection, and I saved the Queen of England from that octopus. But my kick-assery is far from done. According to this chart that I made, an estimated 35% of you are still a bunch of nasty goobers. But don't worry, I have a plan. Operation Gag Me with a Spoon. It's easy sleazy. According to this study that I wrote, if every citizen subscribed to Critical Role on Twitch, we could reduce maximum goobage by a metric buttload. Twitch is the only place where you'll get a live and moderated chat. And if you subscribe to Critical Role, you instantly get access to all their shows as soon as the live broadcast ends. So, while you're oogling these Critical Role dorks with their sick goof-em-ups and their nutty voices, think of me, Gale, the current president of whatever. Now I gotta go make a fresh batch of spitballs, but I guess I have some time for your boring questions. You!
Gale, is it true that if you subscribe to Critical Role through Prime Gaming, you have to resubscribe every month?
Yeah. I do it right after my monthly prank call to Peon O'Brien. Next question.
Does Critical Role have exclusive emotes for their subscribers?
Doy. Of course they do. I like the Hello Bees one because bees are cool. I replaced my whole security detail with a bunch of bees that think I'm their queen. Last question.
Yeah, with all due respect, is Operation Gag Me with a Spoon a real policy, or are you mad goofing?
Am I mad goofing? What, do you see me scarfing milk duds while doodling ding-dongs on the Sky Mall catalog? Listen, I know I'm new to this, and I admit that when I made the wish to be the boss of everything, I did not know the witch that works at Woolworths was listening. But Faustian bargain or not, I am the president now, and I have an obligation to lead this country. So to answer your question, no, I am not mad goofing. Security, take him out!